Okay, this quick note covers two things really. One, NURBS, and two, how I'm going to be making heads from now on. Okay, so we start off looking in the Surfaces tab. We're going to create a new surface here. Okay, here we go. Actually, I'll move that up a little bit by pressing W to get the manipulator tool. Okay, so, and then I'll press F to come in a bit closer. Okay, so now we have this NURBS ball. What do they call it? NURBS sphere. We have a NURBS sphere. We are now going to go to the front view. And what I'm going to try to do is shape it more like a head, but before I do that, I'm just going to go to the inputs, and I'm going to, right, you've got spans, that's the up and down bit. I'm going to take that to 6, and sections are the bits that go, let's go, sections are the bits that go up and down. So if I take it from 8 sections to 9 sections, you'll see there's more sections being added. The interesting thing is that once you can go down to 4 sections, and as you can see there's 4 of them, but when you go below 4 sections it ignores it. It doesn't take it down anymore. So you see apparently that should have 1 section, which is actually impossible. So it will be a line, but okay, it's not. It allows you to go down there, but it doesn't do anything about it. So beyond 4, we'll go to 5, and then you can see there is 5. So I'll go back to the 8 now, which is what I desire. Okay. Let's go to the front view. Okay. So we're now. The next thing I'll need to look at is we've got the hull. With the hull, by clicking on the lines, you get all the points in that line, and then you can mess about with it. And then you've also got control vertex, which is worth looking at. Control vertex allows you to select individual parts and manipulate those. So going back to the hull, I'm just going to get this to be the shape that I want. I'm trying to get a head, of course, so I'm going to press R to get scale, and I'll take that in a little bit more. Trying to get the shape of a head. Get a bit of a jawline here. When I'm looking at it at the moment, I'm really thinking more of the shape of a skeleton and a head, probably. There you go, that'll do fine for now. And I will go, let's see, let's go to the right view. Okay. Let me go to the, now, a lot more of this will be in vertex, but I'll just shape that center bit a little more. So back to control vertexes. Probably want to take the head up a little bit more. Press W so that I get the what they call the move tool. A little bit more up. I need to sort of like give it some form of chin here. I'm trying to keep this very central bit centered because, yeah, I like the neck to come on the center vertex along 0 on the Y. Okay. in somewhat here, and it actually comes up a little here. Need to flatten that out a little bit more, so I just pull that in a little bit there, a bit better. As the nose isn't really in it, I'm not worrying so very much about the fact that this is like this. Flat is good at the moment, so maybe a tiny bit more chin. Yeah, that looks okay. Let me just have a look at that in perspective view. Perspective view. Let's have a look at that in object mode. What have I got? Not too bad, not too bad. Let's try and give it some chin now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on symmetry, so that when I press on one side, go back to control vertices, when I press on one side I'll also get the other. Yeah, this one is desperately in need of some chin, not chin, rather cheek. Control vertices. Okay, why didn't it do that? No, it's hollow one. Maybe why. Alright. The head is not round like that on humans, really, so yeah, control vertex. Need to take this in at the back more. More like a head. That's better. Okay, too pointy at the back here, so we'll take that in a bit. Much better. What am I not liking? Something I'm not liking about this, I'm not sure what. Not the best I've done, but as you can see, there you go at the head. Last bit I'm going to do now is, if you look at the top here, got this ugly bit here which I do not like, this circle here and the circle at the bottom. I need to work out how to get rid of those. The next thing actually is we're going to go to modify, convert NURBS to polygons, because I like to work with polygons. Let's just start by resetting everything. Now, we're going to want quads, and what I'd like is I'd like to have the same amount of points that I have on the NURBS surface, I'd like to have the same amount on the polygon when it's converted over. So I will go to control points, that gets rid of a lot of stuff in the bottom section, and I will tessellate it. Bang, there you go. You're seeing 2 at the moment, so if I go to, what it actually does is it adds the polygon surface there, and it keeps the NURB surface. So I can delete the NURB surface now, and the polygon, if I press 3 to smooth it, as you can see I've still got it back again, but this time it is a polygon. And then you can see that top bit there, I need to get rid of that. So if I go to faces, let me just turn off symmetry because I don't need that right now. So if I just delete that circle, I'm now going to go to edges, and I'll get these 2 edges here, and then I'll go to mesh tools, bridge tool, and there you go, it's all nicely bridged for me. And if I now go to object, and here's my bridge in the inputs here, I will go and just add a division to save me having to cut along there. I'll just add a division instead. 1 division is all I need. So now I can go to vertices, select that vertices, select the vertices next to it, and go to edit mesh, merge components to center, bang, beautiful. Go to these 2 on the other side, and I'm just going to press G to repeat the process, and look at that, beautiful. I've got this nice flow now over the top of the head. Couldn't have done that if I'd have started off with a cube or anything else. It really works well for me. This neck doesn't look nice at the moment. I just want to get the neck right before I mess with that. Okay, excellent. I can now go back to faces. Delete that and do exactly the same again. I'm going to go to edges. And then mesh tools, bridge tool, that object again. This is the second bridge here, polybridge edge 2, and then I'm just going to go and add my division again. Lovely. And go to vertices again, just doing exactly the same as I did with the top really. And edit mesh, merge components to center, beautiful. Do the same on the other side. And just press G to repeat the process. And lovely. And I again have a nice flow. And so if I want to put a neck there, all I have to do basically is go to faces then. And I can edit mesh, face, extrude, and I've got the makings of the neck right there already. A little bit more shaping around the head, of course, now that that's happened. And we're away. So there you go, that's how I do heads from now on, and that's also having a look at NURBS. Thank you very much for listening. We're done.